Okay, hello. I would like to just show you as quickly as I can how to do a narrated presentation and save it to video. I'm going to do my narrated presentation with using a PowerPoint presentation. And let me just say ahead of time that I'm wearing a headset, meaning just the headphones and microphone that I use with my telephone. And I plugged my headset into my computer because it allows for slightly better sound quality. But if you don't have a headset, that's okay. You can just talk into your computer's microphone. So we're using PowerPoint here to narrate this slideshow and to save it as a video. The college has has a site license so that all students, faculty, and staff can install PowerPoint on their own computers and create a PowerPoint presentation. So you could create it in Google Slides, but you would still want to save it as a PowerPoint. If you don't have or can't install PowerPoint on your computer, you can always use the remote access to a college computer and use a PowerPoint on a college computer. But in any case, we need to be in PowerPoint. So I have already created my presentation in PowerPoint. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my presentation. So these are just, when I say I've created my presentation, I have just created 5 slides. I put the text and images on the slides. It's ready to be turned into a narrated video or narrated oral presentation. If this was a poster, it would be a single large slide, and I would do it in the exact same way with a 2 to 5 minute spiel about the poster. If it's an oral presentation for the Symposium of Artists and Scholars, we're going to do 12-minute presentations, so it should be somewhere around 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm going to go right ahead and show you how to record that narrated show. You're going to go to, once you've created your slides and you're satisfied, we're going to go to slideshow. And we're going to use the record slideshow function. You'll notice if you hit the drop down arrow that there's a start recording from the beginning or start from a current slide. If we haven't done any recording, we'll start from the beginning. If we want to re-record a single slide, we can start the recording from a single slide. So I'm going to go ahead and start recording from the beginning. Now what I want you to notice is because I'm recording this for you to show you how I'm doing this, PowerPoint will also record all the comments that I'm making to you as well. So go ahead and start recording from the beginning. Oh, there's an option here to record both the timings and the narration. You do want to record both the timings and the narration because the timing is how long it stays on a certain slide. The narration is what you've said on that slide. And you don't want the slide to not advance in the video or advance too soon in the video. So as long as you keep both those clicked, it'll synchronize the timings and the narration. So I'm going to go ahead and start recording. Now everything I say from now on is not only going to be recorded me talking to you, but it's going to be recorded within my PowerPoint presentation. Start recording. So now this is where we are actually creating the narrated presentation. You can see this is what it would look like if you were presenting and you are talking and it's recording. This is your little recording studio. There's a timer for how long you've spent on this slide. There's a timer for the whole presentation. There's a pause button. So if I had come in here and I had hit pause immediately, now it's not, what I'm saying is not being recorded on the PowerPoint presentation and the timing has stopped. So I'm going to go ahead and when I click resume recording, I'm going to pretend that I am creating the narrated presentation in order to submit to the symposium or my senior research project or whatever it is that I'm creating this video for. So I'm going to hit resume recording and then I'm going to talk about the slide and show you and advance on to the next slide. Hello, my name is Peter Sheldon. I'm here to present about the Center for Student Research. The Center for Student Research is blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'm done with this slide. Now, again, a note to the tutorial. When I'm done talking about the slide, I have found that it's helpful to pause for just a second before you move on to the next slide. Otherwise, it sort of really cuts what you're saying a little quickly. So, okay, talk about my Center for Student Research slide, and here's what I'm going to tell you about the next slide. Pause, click next slide. Or you can just click on the slide to go to the next slide, but next slide. Okay, now I'm going to tell you about the Randolph's Innovative Student Experience, blah, blah, blah. Next slide. You don't have to say next slide, I'm just telling you to go to the next slide. And I'm going to tell you about the Symposium of Artists and Scholars. Here's the Symposium of Artists and Scholars. Oh, and I'm going to tell you about the Lunch and Learn. Here's everything about the Lunch and Learn. Oh, and I'm going to tell you about the summer research program. Okay, now back to how to do a presentation. At this point, this is my last slide. And the first error I made when I tried this the first time is I didn't realize that PowerPoint won't record beyond the final slide. Excuse me. And that makes sense, really, but I didn't think about it. And so you need to know where your last slide is, and you don't want to talk beyond your last slide, because once I go beyond the last slide, PowerPoint will stop recording. So you can always pause the recording here, or you can always stop the recording by closing the recording studio. Or it will stop the recording when you go beyond the last slide. So I'm going to go beyond the last slide. Okay, now PowerPoint is no longer recording what I'm saying. But what PowerPoint has done is it has saved, if you look at each of these slides, it has saved the timing for each slide, which is not necessarily obvious, I guess. Maybe, I don't know where that information is saved, but it has also saved the audio for each slide. So down here, this little speaker is the audio for that slide. So each slide actually has a separate audio file. So everything I said was broken up into the audio when I was on that particular slide. So if I don't like what I said on a particular slide, I can go back and just record that slide. So let's, first of all, before I do that, let's just see, okay, I'm done recording my presentation. Let me just see what it looks like. That's just playing the slideshow from the beginning. So I'm going to go ahead and play the slideshow from the beginning, and I'm going to shut up, and you're going to hear what I had said when I had started recording the slideshow. So go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Start recording. So now this is where we are actually creating the narrated presentation. You can see this is what it would look like if you were presenting, and you are next slide. Okay, now I'm going to... Okay, so actually what I had done is, while it was playing back, I had clicked on it thinking I was stopping it, but I just made it move on to the next slide because I didn't want to waste your time and make you listen to that all again. But let me just go... Okay, so... So let's say that I didn't like what I said about the Symposium of Artists and Scholars. So I'm going to go to that slide, and I'm just going to re-record that slide. You don't have to do anything with this down here, although you could. You can change how loud it is. You can, I don't know what else you can do. But I can go ahead and just record slideshow from the current slide. So let's say I want to re-record just what I said about this slide. I'm going to still click start recording. Okay, this is the Symposium of Artists and Scholars, and this is what I really wanted to say, and then I am done. Don't click next slide, because if you click next slide, you're going to start re-recording over the audio for the next slide. Just click close. Okay, when I click close, it's going to stop recording that slide. So let's go ahead and play back just from slide 2. I'm going to play back from slide 2 so you don't have to listen to everything I said on slide 1. Next slide. Okay, now I'm going to tell you about the Randolph's Innovative Student Experience. Blah, blah, blah. Start recording. Okay, this is the Symposium of Artists and Scholars, and this is what I really wanted to say, and then I am done. Don't click next slide, because if you click next slide, you're going to start re-recording over the audio for the next. All right, I've said enough there. Okay, and that's pretty much all you need to know. Just use this record slideshow. You can record the whole slideshow by just going through and clicking through all your slides and recording, or you can record a single slide by going to that slide, but don't click next slide if you only want to record a single slide. And when you're done, you just save your slideshow as usual. So just save it, save your PowerPoint file as usual. And what it's done is it's saved all those timings and audio in there. But that's not the thing that you want to share. What you want to share is a video file. The video file will automatically play. So what you want to do is go ahead and save it as, you can save it as a PowerPoint so that you can go back and edit it all you want. But you also, when you're done, want to save as, I'm going to save it to my desktop again, save it as an MP4, a video. We're going to save it as an MPEG-4, a video. And go ahead and save that. It is saving. We got to wait for it to be finished saving down here. In the meantime, I'm just going to pause my recording so you don't have to watch it save. Okay, it does take a while to save, so make sure to give it the time to save. I'm just going to pause my recording again. Okay, it has finished saving the video. I'm going to go ahead and close the PowerPoint, and you can see here's the video. And yes, the video file is significantly larger than the PowerPoint file. But we would prefer that you save the video files because people can edit your PowerPoint file. Nobody can edit your video file. And then we've sent you instructions on on how to save those video files. I guess I should say what you should do is you should just save that video file to it's a large file, so depending on how much space you have on your computer, you might just save it to your Google Drive, but we're going to also ask that you save it to a special symposium folder on the Google Drive. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and I hope that that was clear enough. Okay, did I just say that? Okay, bye bye.